The first, oh my god, what's going on? Sorry, I haven't logged in. So I don't know. Okay. Why would we keep it? Okay, I don't know how I'm going to read this. And, oh wait, no, what? Okay, no, Lando is on a stream on Twitch. I'm confused. Okay, Junie's brows proud with the of a tiny than me. Okay, that is not as important. So yeah, okay. And then wait, what? The private Instagram or something. Come on, in a while. I'm only a good guy more in sports. Sorry, in this brought out on like the team in her so oh my god. Let's Hi guys and welcome to a new video here in my channel. I'm so happy to be here. I hope you are having the best day ever. For today's video, as you can tell, we're going back to the beginning of everything. And I'm not meaning the Big Bang or the creation of the world, like, you know, the God's creation of the world. No. We're going back, like, to something even more important to that, and that is Wattpad. Yes, I'm going back to Wattpad for today's video because I want to film... I've been wanting to film, actually it's not like I want to, I've been wanting to film another Wattpad F1 reading fanfics video for a while. I have one video in my channel reading fanfictions in Wattpad, well fanfictions, reading weird things on Wattpad more than fanfictions, and then I started reading AO3 fanfictions that I absolutely adore. Hear me out, I absolutely adore AO3, best like website ever, but I wanted to go back to my roots, go back to, you know, Wattpad, which is where many of us probably started reading. Like, I started reading weird books and things on Wattpad. Well, not weird, but like very, like books made for like 13 and 14-year-olds kind of thing on Wattpad, and that's how I started kind of reading when I was, you know, young. It's like I'm not 40 now, but like when I was younger, and then I just stopped using Wattpad because I don't like the writing style that Wattpad has, but it's very like. The writing style Wattpad has is the writing style that you need when you want to start reading, because it's like easy and fast and, you know, and not great writing. But yeah, I want to go back to Wattpad and read some F1 fanfictions that people have posted on there. I also, if anyone wants, maybe people wants to see this, I used to post fanfics on Wattpad. I used to post, I had a few actually. I had one about a singer from White and Wheat that I liked, Corbin, I love you. I have one from Jaden Hostler, and then I had one from, I think it was Max Mails, which is this singer, content creator from England that I really like. He has a twin brother. That's not important. The thing is, I used to have like a Wattpad account. I actually had quite a few views on those, like, those were kind of popular, and of course, they're not longer like available. I like unpublished them, but I still have them on my Wattpad account. So if anyone wants to see me cringing on things that I used to write and the things that I posted when I was like 15, please let me know. I will be very glad to film that video. I will go through that pain if you want to see me read the weird, like not weird, the bad fanfics that I used to write on Wattpad. But that's not for today's video. Today we're reading F1 fanfictions, and I'm very excited because I have 3 prepared for you. We're not reading the 3, but we're not reading the entire 3. I'm going to be reading like 3 or 5, depending on how long the chapters are, of each. So I have one that is Lando Norris, like centered, one that is Oscar Piastri, and then one that is George Russell. And if anyone wants to know why those 3, my answer is because they are my absolute favorite. Like, they're my top 3 Formula 1 drivers. It's Lando, Oscar, and George. So I picked one that is literally the most famous, like one of the most famous like fanfics from each. Like, when I typed their names on Wattpad, these were the first one, like this one that I picked, were the first ones that appeared. So that is what I'm going to be reading. And then if anyone is interested, as always, I will leave the links to these fanfictions down below. And I will probably, if I get interested, I will continue reading them in my free time. But that is what we're doing in this video, and I'm very excited. I don't know if I'm ready for the writing style of Wattpad, but I'm here. I'm here to do it. I'm here to go through that pain. Sometimes it's good. Like, I've read some books that are very well written in Wattpad. I just stopped using Wattpad. At some point, I just stopped and I started reading books that aren't from Wattpad. And that's what I do now. But I just read books that are not from Wattpad. But I wanted to go back to my roots, go back to where everything started, which was Wattpad. So yeah, let's do this. Let's see how this goes. I'm very excited. So yeah, let's begin with this video. I'm excited. I'm scared but excited. So let's do it. Okay guys, so I have my tablet here with me, my handy dandy tablet. Let's jump into these fanfictions. Okay guys, let's jump and start, because if I don't, I'm just going to be rambling and this video is not gonna end. So firstly, we have the Lando Norris fanfiction. It's called Gamers. It has 549,000 reads, 9.7 thousand votes. It has 26 parts, and to read it entirely, it would take 1 hour and 40 minutes. So we're gonna read the first 3 or the first 5, depending on how long the chapters are, because sometimes these chapters are long as hell, and I don't really want to read long chapters. So the first chapter was just photos of the different characters, and then the second one is the character profile. So it's just the name of the main character, which is called Juniper. She's a singer, actor, and streamer, and she's from London, and then it just says things about herself. Okay, great. It was an actual chapter, guys. Okay, first chapter is called Celebrity Crush. Lando's in a stream on Twitch, and it says, "Who's your celebrity crush?" The automatic voice read out for Lando. "Thank you for the sub, Amy, and a very interesting question." Lando stared at his screen as the subscription popped up. "My celebrity crush? Well, I can't say it." Lando chuckled as the chat blew, with fans begging for him to spill the beans on his celebrity crush. The Formula 1 driver bit the inside of his cheek. Okay, chat, calm down." He raised his hand and surrendered. "My celebrity crush is a beautiful girl named Jennifer Delgado. I'm a big fan of her music, and I used to watch her on Disney Channel." For context, the picture of her is Olivia Rodrigo. And she's very pretty and seems cool. It was also her birthday recently, so happy birthday. Lando's cheeks were dusted with a tint of pink as the chat once again exploded due to his words. He smiled shyly and pulled his hood over his head. "Alright, chat, next question." And now this would be the Twitch stream of June Delgado. And it says, "Seriously, chat?" Juniper shook her head disappointed. "You guys are supposed to make me laugh, not fall asleep." The brunette sat at her desk, her legs pulled up onto her chair, and she hugged them close to her. "Next clip, please." Okay, chat, calm down." As she pulled herself closer to the screen. "My celebrity crush is a beautiful girl named Jennifer Delgado, blah, 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 blah." So it's basically the clip of Lando saying that she is his celebrity crush. Judy pouted and she asked up to the camera, "Wait, chat, who was that? That was so cute." Her heart had melted at the stranger's kind of words. The brunette's eyes scanned the chat as people started spamming Lando Norris. The chat filled with "yes." Jennifer switched her stream display and paused the donations videos. She pulled up Google and typed out Lando's name in the search bar. "Oh shit, he's a Formula 1 driver." The girl went quiet as she read the few lines of the boy's Wikipedia page. "Okay, so he's an F1 driver for McLaren. That's really cool. Should I follow him on Instagram, chat?" June quickly searched up Lando Norris on Instagram. She started scrolling through his posts, and Chad voted on a poll. "I'm going to be honest, he's kind of cute, ain't he?" He is. He's very cute. She clicked on his most recent post. "Don't worry, Chad, I'll follow him later," she assured as she minimized her browser. "Now please get back to our..." I don't know what YL means, but that is what she said. And oh my god, I forgot about these. So it was very popular at the time to make to make the chapters they were Instagram posts. So you used to put a photo, and then if it was people commenting and stuff. I forgot about this. I used to do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not getting cringe. I just forgot this existed. So the photo was liked by Carlos, and then Lando's like caption is, met a new fan today, had a nicer card than meet, and then different people were commenting and stuff, and then Junie Delgado said, she's so cute, and Yusa was, what about Lando? And Junie said, I guess he's kind of cute too. And then Junie started following Lando. So that is the first actual chapter. I completely forgot that we used to do that. Like, we used to put the photo and then put, like, if people were actually commenting. I know I have that. Oh my god, I don't know where that I don't know where that the fanfiction that I had published was or is, but I know I've done that. Oh my god. Okay, Act 1. Am I dreaming? iMessages. We also used to do this. Like, we used to like make it like if it was people talking on like an iMessage. This is, oh my god. Okay, so this is Lando's like perspective. So it is Lando's group chat with Daniel, Carlos, and Max Verstappen. And Lando's like, guys, Juniper Delgado followed me and commented on my post. Max is like, I saw your confession of love to her. And Lando was like, what? And Daniel laughs, and Max like included like the little like link to the Twitch clip, and then Carlos was like, oh, I saw this on my Twitter, it's very cute. Lando was like, am I dreaming? She called me cute. And Daniel's like, you're definitely dreaming. And Lando goes, fuck off, Daniel, let me be happy. And then Daniel's like, never. And Carlos replied, Lando, you should talk to her. And Carlos, you have been single for so long. And Lando went, thanks for reminding me, Carlos. And then Max said, sorry though, DM her maid. Yeah, I want to see her this train wreck. And Lando goes, I'm not going to do it because Daniel is being mean. And Carlos is like, fuck Daniel, she thinks you're cute, you think she's cute, boom. And Max is like, DM her. Like, they're all like, please, just go DM the girl. Come on, Lando, come on. That is a chapter. It's literally so short. We can literally read this entire thing, but we're not going to because I have all the things. But we have the other two. But yeah, this will be chapter 2. Oh my god, is this just going to be them talking through freaking photos? And then the private DMs are the girl being like, I don't think this is fair that you follow my Insta and I don't follow yours. And Lando said, here you go, darling. And then the girl is like, when he calls me darling, also papaya. And Lando's like, oh, I'm hot now. And the girl's like, maybe. I said what I said. And then, okay, yeah, I want an actual conversation, guys. I really want an actual conversation. This is more photos. Chapter 5, and this is actual writing. So, Juniper's apartment in London. Juniper cleaned up her vanity. In an actual episode, the girl had gotten ready too early for her date. So I want to believe she's going on a date with Lando. Like, I just jumped a couple of chapters because it was just photos. So let's believe Juniper's going on a date with Lando, okay? Junie looked at herself in the mirror. She wore a little black dress that she had bought while in Los Angeles. Her hair was down in loose waves and a few small braids she had added in last minute. She slipped on a pair of heels and sat down in her living room. However, her mindless scrolling through Instagram was interrupted by a loud knock on the door. Junie checked the time. He was early. Oh my god, Lando being early. So here for it. I'm so here for it. The brunette girl hurried the door, smoothed down the wrinkles in her dress before opening the front door. There he was. Lando stood in front of her, hands holding onto a small bouquet of blue and white flowers. Ah, cute! I'm obsessed with that. This girl sat in perfect soft curls on his head. Lando wore a white button down with the top few button undone and black jeans. He looked hot. He always looks hot. Have you seen him? Please. The pair stood in silence for a second, taking in each other. They had only known each other for 2 weeks, but it felt like they have been waiting for this moment forever. These are for you. Lando shyly pushed the flowers forward for the girl to take. She gave him a straight smile and took them, her fingers brushing in suddenly electricity through both of them. Thank you, they're perfect. June stepped down on the off the doorway. Come on in while I put this in some water. The girl reacted to the apartment. Lando cautiously stepped in behind her. His eyes scanned the walls of the wide hallway. One side was filled with Polaroids and with small captions on them, memories that Juniper had made with important people in her life. To the other side was a small table with Polaroid camera and a small bowl atop it. The bowl holds some crystals and hanging mirror, a small shoe rack and a coat hanger and a black umbrella in the corner by the door. Making his way through the main living room, the space was clean, a couch set up in the center with a coffee table and TV on the far wall, a modern bookshelf to one side covered in books, minifigures, vinyl records, picture frames and some spotted plants. A very small vintage record player was tucked away in the far corner next to the window nook. On the near wall hung some shelves holding several words and correlates. Some art hung on the wall, but they couldn't tell who had painted them. Right beside the door, which the boy assumed led to Juniper's bedroom, was a cat tree with a ginger kitten sleeping on top. "What you thinking?" Juniper's voice echoed. Lando turned his head to the face. The girl standing at the kitchen island had poured water into a vase. "I like your place." Junie nodded as she placed the flowers in. "And your cat?" "That's Melly." "Melly, Hawaiian name, it means honey." Lando neared the cat tree to realize the kitten was in fact not asleep and just laying on her back. He smiled and scratched the belly, making the kitten grab Lando's hand with her paws. "She's adorable." Juniper nodded as she looked at the time for her phone. "What time is the reservation for?" 8 p.m. Lando, we're going to be late. The singer tried to sound firm, but her heart melted at the sight of Lando playing with Melly. "You're so right. Sorry. Bye, Melly." He waved at the kitten as she stared at the pair leaving. June was the first to walk out, grabbing the black coat on the way. "Oh wait," Juniper smiled and pulled her camera. He pointed towards them. "Smile. I'll put it back when I get back." Juniper stopped as reached sidewalk, her eyes blinking rapidly. "That's a McLaren 620s. And Lando was like, "You like it?" "I love it." The McLaren driver chuckled and opened the passenger door. And they said chivalry was dead. "It is. I'm the only good guy left," he cited. "Well, I'm glad I found you." Oh my god, this chapter is actually long. Okay, I'm gonna finish the chapter and then move to the next fanfiction, because if not, it's gonna be so long, and I have 3 to get through. The pair arrived at the restaurant just in time, Juniper's eyes lighting up when she saw where they would be eating. "No way, you just get a reservation here. I've been trying to get one for months." Lando smiled, proud of his choice of restaurant. "The owner is a big Formula 1 fan and also a friend of mine. So the real reason I brought you here tonight," Junie smiled as she listened to the brunette boy speaking, "is because I remember you said on one of your streams that you love pasta and this place, in my opinion, has the best pasta in all London. That's a hefty claim to make, Norris, and I stand by it. I'll be a judge of that." She went to pick the menu but stopped again. "In fact, let's do something." Lando raised an eyebrow. "Let's order for each other and then we can rate each dish." "Okay." "Yeah." Lando nodded and Junie's lips curved. "But no seafood. I don't like seafood." Junie nodded and finally opened the menu. "I feel like I'm in constant state of imposter syndrome, you know. I don't feel like any of this is real or mine." The pair had gotten to the topic of their careers. The driver's license, it only got popular because of the drama behind it, or the drama everyone was making out to be. So, obviously, because the main character is supposed to be Olivia Rodrigo, is talking about Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Very good song, by the way. Love Olivia. She's great, love her. What if none of that existed? What if there was no drama, no scandal, no relationship, no heartbreak? Would the song be as popular? Would it be here right now? Lando frowned as he listened to the girl. "I just feel like I don't deserve any of the success sometimes. Like it's not mine." The brunette boy reached the hand to hold Juniper's. Her eyes met at first, staring at the table the whole conversation. He gave her a reassuring smile. "Trust me, I know what I feel. But just because this is how I feel doesn't mean it's what it actually is. You deserve every bit of your success, Blue." "Oh my god, you've worked so hard." "Don't forget that is all you. Blue, I don't know, it sounds right for you. I like it." That's so cute. He created his own little nickname. That's super cute. Alright, what was the overall consensus? I actually really liked the steak, probably an 8. Same actually, I'm not going to lie, the pasta was amazing. Definitely a front runner for best pasta in the city. I think we should get going before they kick us out. Good idea. I still feel like I'm dreaming. About this, you. Believe it or not, I've never had the best luck with relationships. It's true, I've only ever had 2 girlfriends. The first, cheated on me, and the second, I guess, she was nicer about it. She left me on a date to date some other guy. I've never been in good relationships with my work and all the traveling. It's hard for me to always be there. This is like my first proper dating with someone in a while. Did you just call this a date? Her hand motioned between the two of them. Yes, wait, no, are you not okay with that? Lando, this is the best day I've ever had. His eyes scanned her face, taking in her every feature up close. Her eyes, her nose, her freckle, her lips. Juniper noticed, eyes wandering. She slowly moved her hands from her shoulders and held his neck. He leaned forward to the side and placed a soft kiss on Lando's cheek. "I don't kiss on the first date," she whispered, biting her lips, trying not to giggle at Lando's shocked expression. Instead, she took his hand and turned around, marching towards the car with him in tow. Of course she doesn't kiss on the first date. That's the most typical, like, wattpad thing ever. It's like, "Oh yeah, don't do this." It's like, oh, please, come on. But yeah, that is, and then there's just more photos. So yeah, that is kind of like, that's everything I'm gonna read for this. But I'm liking it. This is not as bad written. It's just annoying that every single like new sentence doesn't start with a capital letter. But it's fine. But yeah, that is what I'm gonna read about this one. If you like this little date situation and how they meet, feel free to read everything else. We're gonna move swiftly on to the Oscar Piastri one. I'm very excited about this one. So this one has, oh my lord, 957,000 reads, 32.8 thousand votes, 61 parts, and it would take 13 hours and 40 minutes to read. So let's start reading. Hopefully it's actual writing and not just photos like the last one. Because I don't know if I can handle more photos. Again, like, yeah, they're good for like a while, but if I'm reading it out loud, it's a bit more annoying. So first chapter. Welcome to Formula 1. Elena Sainz. Oh my god, it's going to be Carl Sainz's sister and Oscar Piastri. Okay. I think I'm here for it. Okay, let's do it. Alina Sainz lived for motorsport. Ever since she was a kid, she followed her father and older brother's steps into the world of motorsport. Despite being a girl, she has never been interested in Barbies and makeup. What she enjoyed was being in the race, studying the car, and then wanting to race in that car. When Carl Sainz Sr. noticed his daughter interested in motorsports, he made sure to sign her up for karting, and she proved to be the best. She would win almost every karting race. With the advantage of her father's access on track, she quickly went up in ranks, and by 2017 she was competing in Formula 4. So for context, if anyone doesn't know, Formula 1 is like the absolute top, but to get to Formula 1 you have to be in like Formula 4, compete in like regional championships, then get up to Formula 3, 2, and then 1. The thing is, women have a specific different one because I don't know why they decided to do that. It's Formula 1 Academy. Love it. It's all for girls, all for the girlies. But we want a bit of mixing. And I actually saw a tweet the other day. I think it was a couple days ago. I saw this tweet of maybe Abby Pulling getting into Formula E, and I'm super excited because I love Abby Pulling, but like including a woman in Formula 1 is so exciting. So excited. Okay, let's continue. That fierce drive to win is what resulted in her clashes with fellow driver Oscar Piastri, who won the races she did in karting and just as competitive as her. During the first season in Formula 3, Oscar went on to win and moved up to Formula 2, while Elena had one more year in Formula 3 to do. This built up a very intense rivalry between them, resulting in a few incidents on track. However, by 2021, Elena was back in good spirits, winning the Formula 3 and moving up to Formula 2, where she won the championship in 2022. She had already secured a reserve driver's seat in 2022 for Porsche, when Porsche reached out to her with a 3-year contract, her own seat in Formula 1 with a Formula 1 team that she said to bring a new game to the grid. Without hesitation, she took the role, becoming the first female driver in Formula 1 grid in over 50 years. Pre-season testing in Bahrain was underway, and Elena was given access to the car for one day in the morning and day 2 before the teammate Liam Lawson would be giving this turn. Both the RP managers had made sure to keep the 2 younger drivers away from the other because of the chaos they caused a few weeks ago, which meant they weren't allowed to be at the garage at the same time. This brought on a pout on her lips, but she accepted. Currently, she's getting ready to start her day one driving. She walked towards the garage dressed in fireproof and race suit. There was an energy at the air that had everyone buzzing, like the team thought being a rookie team was more than ready to showcase what they had. This would be here for the first time in the car, and she was more than excited to see the real thing come to life. Sims could not longer satisfy her. Alina proceeded to pull the sleeves in her race suit, putting in her earplugs and pulling on the baklava, and finally getting her helmet on. Her helmet was the same color as her race suit, black and red, with a rearing horse Porsche, long ago with the initials of the country flag. Once she was sure everything was secured, she stepped into the car and watched Martin make sure she was all secure in her seat. Alina's racer engineer Andy was already standing in by his station, watching the pit crew and stern look on her face, making sure everything was in order before she turned back on the screens. Radio check, Lena. All good, all loud and clear. Remember, this is just a pre-scene testing. We only want to get a feel of the car. See if everything is up to standard. Work on any kinks. Don't feel afraid to give it your best. Copy. Red flag, Lena. Red flag now. So someone just crushed. Fuck, are you serious? Are we just getting a good hand? Come on, just back in. So Zakir is basically Bahrain. Carlos, Alina's quote when she caught eye to her brother in the same Bahrain hotel lobby as her. This was unexpected. She didn't think Porsche would set up the same place as Ferrari, since she was staying at a different location due to 3 days of testing. But Saturday night, after testing, they were moved to a new hotel. Excitedly, she dumped her bags, ignored the conversation she was having with her manager, and spread it over to her big brother. Carlos, who was with Charles, let out a laugh as he caught her in the arms. ¿Cómo estás? Oh my god, there's actual Spanish in this! Cute. I mean, Carlos is Spanish, but like, oh my god, that is Latin Spanish. Okay, I can handle this. ¿Cómo estáis? Oh Dios, te extrañé, Carlos said as he let go of her, staying out of trouble, you know? Oh, and my favorite same sibling, Carlos' teammate said as he pulled Eileen into a hat. Charles, ¿cómo estáis? Oh my god, that is ¿cómo estás? Oh no, she said with a fair air of happiness. Being between the Formula 1 drivers, not a guest, but as a driver, he was a very different feeling altogether. This was such a lie. I'm the better science sibling, Carlos mocked. Shush, Charles said. No need to feel jealous. Jealous? Please, I don't feel jealous. I'm just stating facts. Maybe I should tell Papa about these facts. Alina teased her old brother, knowing she was a favorite child in Science household. Alina looked at her brother and his teammate while a smile on her face. To them, she was a little kid's sister, but to her, they were inspirations she looked up to. Anyway, we are all staying at this hotel, you know. I think you asked Red Bull, Mercedes, and McLaren. Alina couldn't help but smile quickly. Turned into a scout. She was aware that the fact that her former rival Oscar Piastri was hired on at McLaren, meaning she would be seeing him a lot this year. But since she could only see the reds of Ferrari and the black reds of Porsche in the lobby, she was hoping not to have seen him until actual race weekend. Alright, she said. I guess I'll see you losers later. Liam, hey Lena, how have you been since the last time I saw you? You mean in the last 4 weeks? She chuckled. I've been good, excited for the season, been training with the Sims. How about you? Same, it's crazy to think you, me, Logan made it to F1 same year. I miss Logan Sargent. I will say it. I'm a Williams fan. I love Alex Albon, but I love Logan, and I miss Logan Sargent so much. It's not funny. I miss him so much. I have a shirt of him. Actually, that I think about it, I should have wore something Formula 1 related for this video. Oh well, for the next one, it's fine. But yeah, I do love Logan. I miss him every day. Not every day, but like I do miss him because his friendship with Alex was super cute. My babies. Anyway, let's continue. How was the pre-testing for you? I wish I could get to see you, but the babysitters didn't want to repeat off Germany. No, they didn't. Pre-testing was good. I heard you broke a record. It was crazy to think that I had set a time no one had. I don't know if it makes qualifying even more scary. We've got this, Liam smiled. Liam's being too nice. Liam's being too nice. I don't know if I like this, because I'm not a huge fan of Liam. Next morning, Francesca woke her up with several knocks at her door. Alina turned onto her phone and said it's 7 a.m. But she got out of bed and opened the door for Francesca. Buenos dias, she said, yawning and let Francesca in the room. Good morning. Hope you got a good night's sleep rest, because this week is going to be a very busy one. We've got a dream conference at 8. You introduced a new team to the media, even though the official announcement was made weeks ago, and I already did the launch. Following that, you have fan signings at the paddock, after which you have 2-hour training with Theo. Today is also an inauguration dinner for the drivers, so do not try to skip that. This all in one day, yes, and just today. You've got Sims, 3 team reviews, and more training leading up to Wednesday, which officially kicks off race weekend. Thursday, press day and talk walk. Friday, FP1 and FP2. Saturday, FP3 and qualifying, and Sunday is the race. Wow! Yeah, Formula 1 is pretty much an entire week. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. What do you mean I have to do all of that in just one day? I would be very stressed out. I would be. Let's finish Oscar Piastri's one. We get used to it, Lena. This is what life in Formula 1 is like. Francesca closed her tablet and looked up at under the dress racer in front of her. Now get freshened up and come see the lobby in 30 minutes. Hey, Captain. Alina mocked salted and turned to go into her bathroom to freshen when she heard the room door close. Alina didn't take too long to get dressed in her Porsche polo and blue jeans. She was representing the team today, so she had to make sure she looked the part. The merch had come just before she flew out, and she was excited to rep number 13 on her name. Once she arrived at the lobby, she spotted Liam and her team merch standing with Sean and Francesca. Alina bounced her way over them now having a lot more energy in her body. Buenos dias, good morning Sean, graded, not looking up for his tablet. Hey Liam, said with a smile, ready to go today? As ready as I'll ever be, she struggled. Hello everyone, I'd like to request a settle down first. Please remember only screen questions can be asked. First, please welcome Ashley Simmons, team principal of DMG More Porsche. Alina and Sean call out the boss and followed up loud chapping and flashing the camera. Without further display, let me give you a round of applause for DMG Sports racer lineup for 2023, Liam Lawson and Alina Sainz. And my first question is for Alina, one of the interviewers. How does it feel to be the only female in the main dominated sport? She knew this was going to get asked this question and she prepared well for it. I feel grateful for the opportunity, just like any other rookie given a chance would be. I don't think me being a female should mean I should be treated differently. However, knowing that what I have done can be seen as making history when I look up to women who've made history before me, I thank them for the risks they took so I could be here and hope that I can set some example for other women who want to be part of this sport, that chasing your dream is worth doing it, because dreams do come true. That's a very well answered. Thank you. Thank you, Alina smiled. After the team conference ended, they were guided to the cars that would take them to the paddock, where they had a fun signing after they got some food at first. Alina was glad to be able to find food in her system. What if they didn't accept her because she was a woman? Her worries soon washed away as she met several fans screaming her name. Some asking her to sign their merch, some handing little cute gifts, and few young girls telling her how they want to grow up and be like her. Alina's heart melted. This was one of the reasons she wanted to be an F1 driver, because she hoped watching her would bring more diversity to the sport. During the time, she had probably met hundreds of people excited for the sport to see what she could bring to the table. Both her and Liam were then escorted back to hospitality, where they met with the trainers for 2-hour training sessions. And that's going to be the entire chapter. If you want to read more, again, the link's going to be down below. Let's get to the last one in this video, which is George Russell. This is called Fast Car. Oh, I didn't say. The last one, the Oscar Piastri one, was called Sour. Sorry, I didn't say. So George Russell is called Fast Car. It has 611,000 reads, 13,000 votes, 40 parts, and it would take 3 hours and 42 minutes to read. So let's see what happens with George Russell. I'm super excited. I love George. He's the best. My baby. I'm gonna give myself 20 minutes to read this. Because I don't want to go over an hour. So, summary. Okay, it's just photos. I hate when they put photos at the beginning. Oh my god, George is in Williams with Nicholas Latifi. I forgot Nicholas Latifi existed. This is crazy. Okay. Oh my god, this one has a Formula 1 calendar. That is actually so useful. Prologue. It is common knowledge that at the end of the 2018 season, Marcus Ericsson would leave Formula 1 and Charles Leclerc would join Ferrari for next season. Kimi Räikkönen was confirmed to drive for Alfa Romeo, previously known as Sauber, earlier this year. After Ericsson announced his leave from motorsport in March, however, with Leclerc moving up to Ferrari against Sebastian Vettel would take this spot. Today, Alfa Romeo had released a statement telling us exactly who. Alfie Gretton, driver for Campos Racing in F2 next to her teammate mate Luca Giotto, was confirmed today a race for Alfa Romeo next season. George Russell and Norris and Salmon and now Gretton will be moving up to F1 together after spending years in karting together. Susie Wolff, wife of Toto Wolff, had an opportunity to drive in one race in 2014 British Grand Prix. However, her experience was short-lived with a mechanical issue in her Williams Ford to retire after lap 1. Basura told other reporters, we have watched Gretton through the F2 career and we have been highly impressed by her performance. Gretton is the girl that falls in love with George. Back off, he sided up in her pit, looking at her phone desk. Australia had been cancelled. George came over to her with 2 cups of coffee in his hand. What's up? Australia's out. George's eyes winded. Shit. My parents still stuck in Quantico. Oh my god, Quantico? Criminal Minds? Criminal Minds finds out there? Yeah! We love Criminal Minds. Okay. I thought they flew out yesterday. Got cancelled. Then the whole country went into lockdown. They're stuck in their hotel. Oh shit, this fucking sucks. You don't have your parents racing. Don't move, alright? Sure, but why? Just wait here. Alfie was confused, but she did as she was told. Pack your bags. George, we're in the airport. But why? I pulled a few strings. You're staying with me, my mom and dad, whilst your parents are in the US. You didn't have to do that. I'll be spending time with George. I'm a parent. I love George. Oh my god, this is so cute. Okay. I don't want you to be alone through this. I mean, do you remember pack a comp when you went to holiday for 2 weeks and you wouldn't leave site for months? You swore not to bring that up, Russell. Well, yeah, I thought we agreed you don't call me Russell. You are my best friend in the world. You know that, right? Yeah, I know. Oh my god, it's a best friends to lovers. Ah, I love a good best friends to lovers. I should do a tier ranking romance tropes. Let me know if you want to see that. Alfie and George drove his house from the airport. Winter testing had been cancelled, so there was no point in sticking around. Alison and Steve had always been like second parents to Alfie. It's really thanks to Alison and Alfie's mom, Diana, that her and George were friends. They ended up joining everyone at the same time and now living with each other during the global pandemic. Alfie got out of the car and went around to the boot, but George beat her to it, grabbed his suitcase for the boot, but before she could grab his own, Alfie wrapped her arm around the handle. I'm not letting you carry 2 suitcases, so either I carry mine or yours. You were always a servant. I spent more of half of my life hanging out with you. What does that tell you, huh? Funny. Alfie, Cara was shaking down the steps of her mother's house, arms wide open. Alfie got to George's house and ran up to Cara. You said it yourself, I'm stubborn. My eyes deceived me, or did Alfie Gratman just walk in? Hey, Steve. Come on here, you. Alfie! The brunette pulled away from Steve Hawks and Allison turned towards her. Oh my gosh, you've grown. Yeah, I'm still 5'4", she joked. You know, I could use a little help here. Alfie struggled teasingly. You wanted to carry them. I'll take Alf's stuff to the spare room. You really have changed. And thank you for letting me stay. You're always welcome there, you know that. Here, your stuff's upstairs, Alf. Thanks, George. She turned back to Allison and Steve. I'm gonna start sewing on my stuff. Thank you again. George sat down confused. Do not speak until I'm done, George. It's obvious that you and Alfie are close. She's my best friend, of course. George. Right, sorry. All we need to know is if she's staying here, there won't be any funny business. Mom, really? No, that's not going to be a problem. All right, well, go help her unpack then. I thought we raised you to be a gentleman, Alison teased. 1. Oh my god, okay, I'm going to read this one and just finish. Because what do you mean this is chapter 1 and I just read an entire, prologue? I'm sorry, but no. Alfie was broken up with buzzing on her phone. She had been a couple of months since she had taken up residency at Russell's home. Alfie looked at contact of their mom. Alfie winded up there. She immediately answered the call. Mom, what's wrong? Don't worry, we're all fine. More than fine, actually. What do you mean? Your father and I just got to an airport and we'll be boarding a plane to Britain soon. Are you serious? Deadly. You're coming home. You're really coming home. Yes, we are. All right, sweetie, we have to go, but we called you as soon as we landed. I love you. I love you too. Her parents were really coming home. Suddenly, George burst into the room. What's wrong? My parents are coming home. My parents are coming back. She whispered, shouted in hopes that she didn't wake anyone else. Alfie, that's great. Oh God, George, I'm so sorry I woke you. No, don't apologize. You're very right to be excited. Diana and her husband Henry had landed a week ago. Alfie had a test to ensure she wouldn't have to self-isolate with the Russells, resulting in permanent stay. Alfie had her test results back 2 days ago. She was waiting for the call of her parents to see if they were COVID-free. You can come home. Really? So, I can go home. George stood up and grabbed Alfie's waist and pulled her into a hug. And that's going to be the end of the chapter, because that's basically the end of the chapter. Yeah, I love this little French to lovers situation. This is happening while, what's the word? What COVID was going on? What do you mean COVID was in 2020? That was like 6 years ago. It's crazy to think about that we went through an entire pandemic. And now it's literally, there's gonna be books now about pandemic stuff, and people will be like, what was this? And we would be like, oh yeah, we'll leave this pandemic in like 2020. What do you mean? That is crazy to think about. But yeah, that is the George Russell little chapter that I want to read. I will leave, again, I've said this already, but I will leave all the links below. I'm really liking it. The writing styles of these 3 are actually pretty good. I understand what they're famous, because their writing style is good. Like, sometimes people know how to write, and I'm proud to say that, because I've read so many bad books, like bad written books, like, yeah. But yeah, that is going to be the video. I read 3. It's a very long one, so I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. I will see you on the next video. I don't know what I'm doing on the next video, but I hope you enjoy. I will be making some more sit-down videos this year, and I'm very excited. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video, and yeah.